Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I have been discussing about corporate level strategies. There are 4 major types of corporate level strategies. First 2 I have already covered in my videos. You can check out the videos in my channel. Today I am going to discuss about retrenchment strategies. Let's start retrenchment strategies. Retrenchment strategies are strategies under which a company aims to eliminate its certain activities or business operation in order to reduce its expenses. Generally, retrenchment strategies are adopted in many situations, but one of the most important situations is when a company has diversified product and one of its product line is not performing well. It might think of dropping that product line. We can take the example of Reliance Communication here. Do not confuse Reliance Communication with Reliance Jio. So, Reliance Communication, which already filed for bankruptcy, had decided to drop its 2G services in 2017. That means due to suffering of losses, Reliance decided to drop its 2G services and discontinue this 2G services. That means Reliance has adopted a retrenchment strategy. Now let's move on to the factors that trigger a company to adopt retrenchment strategy. We have divided the factors into external factor and internal factor. The external factors are mainly present in the external environment of the company. The first factor given here is new organizational form. Nowadays, every organization is adopting virtual mode of working. There are even organizations which exist virtually only. Like at present, what is happening? Due to this pandemic situation, most of the organizations have resorted to virtual mode of working. So it might happen that even after pandemic gets over, company continues working with this virtual mode of working system. This will help the company reduce its expenses on office space, right? It will not have to pay much on office rent. Second factor is new technology. Sometimes with advent of new technology, the company might have to abandon some of its activities. For example, recently Zara has decided to close 1,000 retail stores all over the world and focus on e-commerce only, e-commerce and online shopping. So due to the growth of e-commerce, or you can say online technology, Zara have shifted its focus from offline to online, right? Third and fourth factor that I am going to discuss is decline in demand and changing customer needs. Now see, with the advent of new models of television sets, people have stopped buying the old models. So demand for the old models have declined drastically. And due to this, companies have stopped producing the old models of television sets. Now, if a person goes to the market and asks for the old models, he will not get it. Last point I am going to discuss under external factor is emergence of substitute product. So sometimes growth of substitute product also forces a company to abandon one of its product line. For example, this is just an example, okay? Kindle is a substitute of book. Suppose people stop going for paper-based books and resort to Kindle only. In that case, publishing houses will go for more online edition of books than paper-based edition. This is how emergence of substitute product can impact a company and force it to abandon one of its product line. Next, we are going to discuss is internal factors that trigger a company to adopt retrenchment strategies. These factors are inherent to the organization. Sometimes due to ineffective top management, inappropriate strategies adopted by top managers, and poor quality of functional management, companies might suffer losses, and due to which they have to abandon some of its activities. Fourth point under internal factor given is ineffective sales and marketing. Sometimes what happens, the product launched by the company is of superior quality, but it fails drastically in the market due to ineffective marketing techniques or promotion techniques. The product is good, but customers do not even know that it exists in the market. So due to that, company might have to reduce some of its activities. Last point given under internal factor is unproductive new product development. Again, what happens? In some cases, the quality of the product is low, but the company has launched the product in a grand way. It has spent so much on marketing and promotion. But if the product quality is low, it will not survive in the market, right? I hope you are clear with the factors now. Let's move on to the types of retrenchment strategies. First retrenchment strategy that I'm going to discuss is turnaround strategy. It is given here that the turnaround strategy is a retrenchment strategy followed by an organization when it feels that the decision made earlier is wrong and needs to be undone before it damages the profitability of the company. That means under turnaround strategy, the company rectifies a strategy which is wrongfully taken, which is wrong and which has affected the company severely. I have also given an example here. Dell announced a cost-cutting measure, and to do so, it started selling its product directly. But unfortunately, Dell suffered losses, huge losses, and due to that, Dell withdrew this strategy and started selling again through retail outlets. Now, Dell is the second largest computer retailer in the world. We have so many examples of turnaround strategy in the market. One such example that I would like to mention is of Netflix. Netflix was going really strong till 2005. But later in 2000, what happened? Netflix decided to hike its DVD rental and subscription price for its streaming platforms. After that, what happened? The Netflix suffered from huge losses. But later, in order to revive the company from losses happened due to its decision, Netflix took various new strategies. One of them is very popular strategy, Netflix Original. I hope you know about Netflix Original. Let's move on to the next retrenchment strategy, that is divestment strategy. I'll first read out the definition. The divestment strategy is another form of retrenchment that includes the downsizing of the scope of the business. The firm is said to have followed the divestment strategy when it sells or liquidates a portion of a business or one or more of its strategic business unit or a major division with the objective to revive its financial position. The divestment is the opposite of investment, wherein the firm sells a portion of the business to realize cash and pay off its debt. See, under divestment strategy, company either sells one of its business unit or sells its shares. So divestment strategy is adopted mainly in two cases. When the company has diversified businesses and one of its businesses suffering losses, it might think that instead of spending more on the loss-making business, we can transfer the asset of the loss-making business to the profitable one. In that case, it will start selling the asset of that loss-making business. This is called divestment strategy. The second case is when the company's debt amount of debt is increasing, and it has decided that it will pay off its creditors, pay off all its debt and reduce the credit burden. Right, in that case, the company will start selling its shares. This is what Reliance Jio has started doing. Reliance has decided that it will pay off all of its debt by 2021, and that is why Reliance has started selling its shares. So this is why Facebook has also invested in Reliance. I hope you are clear with divestment strategies. Now let's move on to the last strategy under retrenchment. This is called last resort strategy for a company, that is liquidation strategy. It is one of the most unpleasant strategy where all the business operation is completely shut down, and it is done for a permanent time. So when the company has no option and no chance of reviving its financial position, the company might go for liquidation and might sell all of its asset. This is what happened to our own Jagiroad paper mill, where government has decided to go for liquidation of the paper mill. It is done because it was difficult to revive the paper mill. I don't know how much of it is true, but government has decided to do so because it was impossible to revive the paper mill. So this strategy is the last solution for a company when the company do not have any option. But this strategy has very serious repercussions. Like in Jagiroad paper mill cases, lot of employees have lost their job. It has become difficult for them to survive. I hope you are clear with the retrenchment strategies now. Thank you for watching my videos.